G'day guys, it's Calvin from the Car Tune Company in New Zealand. I'm working on a Hilux ute and I'm just going through the initial processes. I already know it's got an ECU reset problem, but we're going to check fault codes. And I have this come to me quite a lot, so it's a perfect opportunity. People say it doesn't have a check light. It's a conversion, I can't check the codes. Okay? Well, in fact, you can check the codes if you know what you're doing. Simple. So let's show you how to do it. The victim today is a Hilux ute. This one, this Hilux ute. It's got a UCF 20 engine in it. I have unplugged stuff. It still has the diagnostic box. The loom to the engine has not been molested. I've got the key on and we've got no check engine lights on the dash, which is going to change. I am going to fit a check engine light on this dash, but not at this point in time. I want to read codes. Got the ECU hanging out and it isn't wired correctly. We know this, but I still think I'm going to be able to get some codes from it. So we're coming out here to the diagnostic box. We're looking in the diagnostic box and we've got the diagram of where everything goes on the lid. W is the check engine light, which is this terminal here. And you'll see there's no terminal in it. But we do have TE1, this one, and E1. So we're going to bridge those with one hand.
That's a start that you're going to do with code check.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to do it with one hand. We're going to TE1 and E1. And we're going to go inside. I've got a test light, basic 12 volt test light. I'm going to find some power, and there should be power here. There is. Thank you. And a use you. Test light goes to power, and then this end goes into the W terminal of the ECU, which just happens to be this one here. Let's just double check this. That's good. Goes into W. And nothing happens. That's fantastic. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Okay. That ECU's buggered. That was fast, eh? Let's find another ECU to plug into this setup. Okay, so I've got no output from my test light, and that's a bad thing. If it's not wired correctly, that can cause problems, and I know this isn't wired correctly, but is it wired incorrectly so it won't throw a check light? So, in here, that's got power, that's all right. That's got power, that's all right. And that one's got power. So it should output a check light. I'm going to just double check. Now I have just removed the diagnostic pin bridge. And I've gone in, here is no light. So I'm definitely going to go find another ECU for it. Righto guys. So this car is actually in for for some rewiring and sorting out power feeds to the ECU. What I'm going to find in here is a whole lot of wires just taped in, which is going to be a whole lot of fun. This is, you will see this on another video, this ute. However, right now we want to focus on getting an engine check light and checking some codes. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm expecting it to have a code 78 for fuel pump circuit. Oh, that surprises me. Oh, that's really cool. This is worse than I thought, actually. The key is turned off. I know the light's funny. I've got voltage at this one that it's meant to have, and then voltage at that one, which is the main power to the ECU. So the ECU is actually powered up all the time. And so I might actually be wasting my time trying to get a check light in this case, because that is wired completely wrong. Way worse than I thought. There's the key on, but look what I've got. Okay, so we have condemned that ECU. Generally, if there's no check light, it's buggered, it's stuffed, throw it away. So really quick diagnosis. If it doesn't have a check light and the ECU is powered up kind of correctly, but there are some ways guys can wire them wrong and they won't throw a check light, okay? Oh, hey, it's throwing a code already. Okay, I'm just going to bridge this diagnostic.
You're bridging that?
Yeah, it is, because it's
okay.
That's the test light is now the check light.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I've bridged the diagnostic and now we'll check codes. Excuse me.
Oh yes, okay, here we go.
Because it doesn't have a check light on the dash is the point. And now I'm going to count some codes. 1, 2, 3. 1. I unplugged the airflow meter. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. 41. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 56 it'll be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 56. 56 is the hydraulic fan.
Ooh.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be air temp because I've got the airflow meter unplugged. And now it'll also have
31.
Yeah, that's airflow meter.
Yeah.
And I've got the TPS unplugged. That's why it's got a 41.
Yeah. Have you got a printout of all of those?
Yes, I do. Would you like me to put the printout in the description? A link to my Google Drive with all my fault codes.
Only if you remember.
Only if I remember?
No, only if you remember.
Only if the person's a member. No,
Yeah.
I think I'll put it in there, right?
Oh, you're a
So,
good man.
so people can go into the description of this video
You're better
and
than I am.
find all the fault codes.
I would have made you pay for that.
Yeah, at least then I'll know they're getting the right ones. So
I was hoping you sent it to me.
what I've just diagnosed, one is, hey, you can get fault codes out of the ECU even though the check light isn't wired by using a test light. That was the purpose of this video. At the same time as I diagnosed that the ECU is more stuffed up in its wiring than I expected, and that the ECU on this vehicle is stuffed. By picking up a unknown spare ECU, which I didn't even know I had in the back room, I now get a check light. So the ECU is buggered. It's a good step forward, and I hope that's been helpful. And it can be done on all the ECUs, all the 1UZs, Sora ECUs, SCs, all that. So of course I'm going to share this video with people now when they ring up and say, I don't have a check light, it isn't wired and it's a swap and I can't check my fault codes. Well, actually, with the right knowledge and with my wiring instructions, you can. Hope that's been helpful. Talk to you again soon. Catch you later.
Flip it.
Slow down, flip it over. This was a clue to the ECU not being good.
Oh, okay.
And you come back. Yeah, definitely in that area. See? We got capacitors blown to pieces. Probably because this ECU's like permanently powered up when it's in place, and leakage all over the board. And I don't think that one will repair nicely. It's pretty damaged. It's taken a hiding, man.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's falling to pieces as you're touching it.
Hard to see, but it's buggered.
Even these little capacitors down here.
Oh, those resistors.
Resistors.
These are capacitors?
Yeah.
Diodes?
Yeah.
Resistors?
And were those resistors too?
Yeah.